The numbers told the story, they always do.
It's one of those idiots who believe in analytics.
This is a numbers game with Gil Alexander on VSiN.
Howdy do! It's a numbers game. I'm Justin Sweetelson in for Gil Alexander for the next couple days here on VSiN, the Sports Betting Network. He is my partner in crime, my bearded brother, Kelly Bidlin.
It's pretty good, man.
I had to delay.
Do I have to go back the other way? Like, do I?
No.
I
don't think you do. The New Age Outlaws, from I remember, the Road Dogg, Jesse James, he announced it. Yeah, it's an issue at this age. he oh, you didn't know? Y'all better call somebody.
This is the one that I am?
No, this is me.
Oh, that's you.
Yeah, I'm the Barker.
Oh, okay. Who am I?
You're the Billy Gunn.
Billy
I don't
Gunn.
know. Can you say the A word on the air?
Ass?
Yeah. Well, you just did.
Yeah.
We'll find out if they hit the dump button or not.
Yeah, you can.
You can?
Yeah, you just can't attach the second half.
Oh. The more descriptive part of the phrase.
Correct, yes.
So
Yeah,
he's the badass Billy Gunn.
Yeah.
Badass
you
Billy
just
Gunn.
said.
I'm the Road Dogg, Jesse James. Together we are the New Age Outlaws. That's my favorite tag team of all time. It's up there. Who's your favorite? This is a dangerous question. When I'm asking this question, I feel like I'm going to get a not safe for work responses back in my mentions here. So we will move on. Speaking of those mentions, at Dustin Sweetelson, at Kelly Bidlin, at VSiN Live. Let's see. Colin Murphy wrote back, by the way. Not sure about Yellowstone, but Charleston, South Carolina, good contender. I can get behind. I was thinking Hilton Head, South Carolina, actually.
I think both sound like lovely places.
It feels
I haven't been
like
to either one.
It feels
just a little sleepy.
It's like looking at ready. Let's pull up the NFL Super Bowl odds. Right. If we're going to talk about New Orleans, we're going to talk about Austin. That's the top of the betting pool.
Yeah, right.
Right.
It is, yeah.
That's your Rams. That's your Bills. That's your Ravens. Once we start getting into other places like Charleston's probably more in like the Patriots, Chargers territory. You understand the upside and intrigue, but ultimately you're not going to have the same time.
I think you first have to start this with the group of guys that's going. So it's what are going to be the priorities?
Is
it drinking in bars?
Dude, I don't care what they think. It's my bachelor party. Like I'm the most.
So what do you want to do?
I'm such a selfish person.
Good.
Honestly,
what do you want to do?
This is going to sound crazy. All I want to do is get a luxury box at a sporting event.
So go do that.
It's not worth the money.
Okay.
It's just not worth the money. Unless the stadium wants to hook us up there.
Yeah, we might have some of your some bachelor party members that would want to toss in on that.
No, absolutely. I thought about doing it in Vegas, then everyone yelled at me. But like Vegas, I know the lay of the land. I know where the deals are.
I don't think it's ridiculous. I understand, yeah. But that goes back to do what you want to do. Do you actually want to do that? You probably want to go somewhere.
No, I kind of want to make it.
Then just do it Vegas.
Make it most convenient
then
for
fine.
myself.
You live in one of the best bachelor parties cities in America.
It's an opportunity to go to a couple cities I've never been to before. New
Austin
Orleans and
is
Austin.
awesome, man.
That's the thing. All right, at Mad_Kramer writes in. Not gonna lie, my favorite duo on VSiN hands down is the Bearded Bros. Do you guys walk in the casino side by side with simultaneous power arm swing? Look, dude, I love you. I love your support for us, but that we would be your favorite is probably something you got to work on the inside. you got a sick, demented mind if we're your favorite duo.
I appreciate the tweet. Do you know what he's talking about with the arm swing?
No.
So you know those things where you're like, you're in your own head about, right? You wonder, like, am I weird if the way I do this or whatever, right? And I've always thought sometimes I walk with purpose. When I'm walking from point A to point B, Kelly ain't screwing around. He's getting there, right? And I've thought before.
You walk like a Northeasterner.
Oh, okay. I didn't know there was a specific walk
because you've timed out your restroom breaks here perfectly, and by the time I can even consider if it's worth me going, you're already turned the corner and halfway there.
Yeah, I'm halfway there. I'm at the blocks. So, but like one of those things I always wondered about was like when I walk, I feel like I swing my arms even more than the average person. And one time Gil brought this up on air. He's like, hey, you just swing your arms a lot when you walk? And I'm like, crap, man. So I really do that.
So you think about it now?
I do that. Now it's in my head even more, yeah.
All right.
I feel like skinnier Kelly, though. It doesn't have as much. There's not as much like, momentum swinging them.
Well, it's almost like you have more room now.
So does it make it worse? I don't know.
You have more room now. So you probably did that just to like escape your arm because I have it right now. I had to do that. It helps my arms to leave my body here.
Right, helps your momentum forward when you're a larger guy.
Yeah.
It's like
you need all the help you can get. It's like ironically, it's like walking on an elliptical without the handle.
Right, exactly. There you go.
That's the problem. All right, last
great.
one here. I promise we'll get to today's baseball. Eagle Marine writes in, congrats on the wedding, Dustin. New Orleans is a legendary choice. You can bring your wife to Austin later on. Just make sure to have a local on board to handle the steering because the wrong turns can be critical. Bring your wallets and the city will take care of your crew. Okay. All right. So he's saying spend the money. It's worth it. New Orleans.
Okay.
I want a hurricane. You know the drink?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I'm looking for. I want a hurricane. I like the ability to drink on the street too, by the way. Maybe that means I have a problem.
Oh, yeah. It's a big time plus. Or not for it. It doesn't necessarily need to be full blown legal. There's a lot of cities though with some areas that just look the other way, right?
Yeah. Absolutely. All right. Baseball second half, it gets started today. Kelly Bidlin, the Mets and the Phillies going at it as hard as they can. What have we done so far since I've been here? We bet the Phillies 7-1 to win the National League. We used them in a little, I called it an exacta, but it's really just a parlay to win the pennant with the Tigers.
It's an exact matchup.
Yeah, exact matchup.
You made your own.
199-1. Someone told me on DraftKings they found like over 230-1 on that.
Okay.
So, and I also bet the Mets 10-1 to have the worst record in baseball. These two converging teams get together today to begin the second half of the season. It's Christian Scott facing Aaron Nola at Citizens Bank Park. Philadelphia finished the first half on a 4-2 run. They took 2 or 3 from Cincinnati and then did the same to the Tigers. The Mets got swept by Boston. They've lost 7 of 11. They're the 6th worst team on the road in baseball at 19-29. Philadelphia 4-2 straight up against the Metsies this year. Christian Scott takes the hill, who I actually like a lot. He's good, but he doesn't go deep into his starts. So he has not thrown 6 innings in 12 starts this year, has way too many walks, pretty decent strikeout numbers. On the other end of the spectrum's Aaron Nola, 5.75 ERA. He's had some mediocre starts throughout the year, and mediocre, by the way, is a compliment compared to the rest of it. There's been some really bad ones for Aaron Nola. 6.81 home ERA. I don't want to back the Phillies right now as they're minus 131. The Mets are plus 109. Their lineup's getting back to full health, right, with Lindor returning a few weeks ago. I'm not going to do that. Instead, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go pitcher props on both. The first way we're going to attack this, and you can see vsin.com/MLB props, Opta AI's player prop projection likes Aaron Nola over on his 5.5 strikeouts. I got plus 117 at Caesars today. You go back, and this is 3, 4, 5, 6 starts. Last 6 starts for Nola against the Mets, he's gone over this number. He's had at least 6 strikeouts in all of them. He had 6 earlier this year, 7 and 6 last year, 8, 7 and 8 and 24 when he was a much better pitcher. But I see no reason why he can't contend for that. And to me, it's that plus price, especially at plus 117. If I'm getting that type of value, I'm willing to take some chances here. So give me Nola over 5.5 Ks, plus 117 there. On the other side, Christian Scott. Let's lay a little bit here at minus 134, over 1.5 walks. He's had at least 2 walks in 5 of his 6 road starts. That's just a consistent theme of how he works. He struggles on the road. He struggles with allowing runners on base. Over 1.5 walks feels about right for the track record for Christian Scott. That'll be my 2 plays on the first day of the second half of the baseball season.
Love it. I love it. Yeah, we're getting back started tonight, game tonight, and then full slate tomorrow. Major League Baseball back.
Yeah, we'll be all over it tomorrow. We'll find some more plays on the board. But before we get started with the second half, I should mention the division in the NL East. The Phillies might be worth a look at plus 130. Okay, I think Joe Sheehan made good points about Atlanta going forward. He has them not making the playoffs at a good price at 9-1. But Philadelphia plus 130. I know they have the negative run differential. I just believe in the pitching. I believe in Zach Wheeler going back to being his old self. With that and Sanchez, Luzardo has really refined his game. The occasional blow up will happen. They're a team that could make a move for a pitcher or two. If they acquire just solid 4th, 5th starter types that fill in the spot for Andrew Painter, you let Aaron Nola be the 5th starter, the upside's still there. I still think they can win this division with a veteran lineup at plus $1.30. Outside of that, there's only a couple teams in these division races that I'd consider betting. I stand by the Tigers. They're back to 7-1 in the Central. That is one I can't get off of. I'll go down swinging. I'll go down with egg on my face and look stupid.
I think Joe sounded pretty confident in them, too, that they're going to go out and make some additions here and not be looking to sell anyone and actually make a run at this.
They're 6.5 back, Kelly, and the teams that they have to get past have a lot of warts.
Yep.
Minnesota, they might trade Joe Ryan. That's once every 5th day, your starting rotation taking a huge step back. Cleveland, they still don't have Jose Ramirez. I don't trust the offense. While their starting pitching is good, I have fears about Parker Messick down the stretch because he's a young guy who's never thrown this many innings. And then at some point, you need someone to emerge as a true number 1 ace. And then that brings us to the White Sox. There is no ace. Davis Martin is good. He's not ready to carry that burden of being the guy they turn to when they're in trouble. All of that leads me to Minnesota or to Detroit at 7-1 to win the Central. And then finally, if you're feeling spicy, and it's tough to back because they do have a lot of issues. The Houston Astros are 4 games under 500, but they're 3 games back in the AL West. Texas's offense has all sorts of issues. Seattle still is an offense you don't trust, but you love the pitching. There's a world where Houston, if you look at the numbers since Josh Hader came off the IL, that's improved the bullpen. And just that little addition of them not blowing leads has led to a lot more success. They've been on a nice little run. You don't know what you're getting at after Hunter Brown, and Hunter Brown hasn't looked like the guy from a year ago coming back from his injury. It's a lot of Alvarez carrying them offensively. But if the pitching can improve, Houston might be able to contend in this division. I just don't like it as much as the other two.
Yeah, I hear you. We'll get Will Hill's thoughts on these division races next. I got some breaking news for you. How about breaking news? I don't know. Breaking news we probably should have seen coming at some point. How about President Donald Trump's longtime teleprompter operator believed to have made tens of thousands of dollars by placing bets on speech mentions over on Kalshi. CFTC is looking into this right now. This is an ABC News report coming out.
We are living in unprecedented times.
Yeah. The teleprompter operator, though. Of course.
That is insider information if I've ever heard of it.
Yeah.
Hey, the sports calendar never stops. Sharp Plays, they cover it all. They've been winning for 15 straight years, all of it documented. Blogs posted publicly. SharpPlays.com. Respected, watched, feared. Start winning with them at SharpPlays.com today. When we return, the second half of baseball begins tonight. What should we look at? Will Hill tells us next on A Numbers Game.
You're here because you want an edge. That's what separates listeners from winners. But let's be real, mindset alone doesn't get bets home. Pros win because they've got the tools, the data, and the discipline. And now so can you. VSiN Pro gives you access to the same real-time insights the Sharps use. No secrets, no fluff, just actionable info that moves markets. Tap the link and see why serious bettors are turning knowledge into profit with VSiN Pro. On A Numbers Game, the right data changes everything, and the data behind Shopify is hard to argue with. Millions of businesses worldwide run on it, including our own VSiN store. When we launched, Shopify's templates and AI tools got us live fast. Professional looking from day one. No tech background needed. Shopify Checkout converts more customers and makes it easy for returning fans to come back and buy again in a single click. Shopify's built-in AI assistant Sidekick is there whenever you need help, building, troubleshooting, or just figuring out your next move. Check out what we built at vsin.com/store. Then go build something of your own. All you need is the idea. Shopify handles the rest. Start your free trial at shopify.com/vsin. That's shopify.com/vsin. Shopify.com/vsin.
A Numbers Game on VSiN, the sports betting network.
Back on A Numbers Game. I'm Dustin Sweetelson. That's Kelly Bidlin. Apologies to anyone who thought I'd come back from break saying we get tweets. You lost money in the prediction markets just now.
Oh!
Scriptwriter didn't have it.
That mention didn't work out.
How are we doing in the British Open? You seem distracted. Do you have any Kurt Kitayama?
No, I had him last week.
So he's going to do awesome.
He's going to do awesome.
He's
One
going to
under
be
par.
amazing.
He just traded a long birdie putt.
Daniel Brown, Sungjae Im still atop the leaderboard. T1.
Yeah, this someone can help me. Tweet it in if you have actual numbers to back this up. Sure looks like the afternoon though playing a little bit tougher than I expected. That's for sure. Matt Fitzpatrick won over par. A guy here, he's trying to save par on the 7th. Feels like the afternoon's playing a little bit tougher though, and he misses that. That's going to be a bogey for Fitzpatrick. He'll drop back to 2 over par. Wind doesn't look like the wind's picked up or anything crazy, so I don't really know where this is coming from. I thought we'd have some guys that were live to take over this first round lead, but Sungjae Im, Dan Brown looking pretty safe right now at 4 under. All
right, we'll keep you updated today, tomorrow here on the program. VSiN's got you covered all weekend, where you can catch our next guest plenty of times, breaking it all down. One of my partners, my OG on Live Bet Sunday, where we had a very profitable year a few years ago, because Will would just go 4-1 with 97 seconds left in the game and the football down by 3. That feels too long. And I go, yes, Will, that does feel too long. And we made a lot of money because I just did that whenever Will said that. He is Will Hill, his podcast, Should Have Bet More, at Not The Will Hill on X. And he joins us now on the Progressive Guest Line. Will, the second half of baseball, it begins tonight. Now, there's someone out there who loves semantics who wants to yell in my mentions, I'm sure, that it's technically not the second half because they don't do it at the middle point of the
stretch.
season. Yeah, that's a better way to put it.
That's usually what I use. Yeah.
The second part of baseball season, and it gets started with teams on completely diverging paths. The New York Mets, Christian Scott on the road at Philadelphia and Aaron Nola. Phillies minus 131, plus 109 with the Metsies. Totals 9 and a hook. What do you like tonight in the first game of the second half of the season?
Well, I like that we get baseball back, and good to see you guys. I'm sure the handle for this game will basically, be like the handle of the Super Bowl. People just starve. Last night there was nothing. Tuesday the All-Star game, Monday the Home Run Derby, a slow week. So I'm sure people will be firing here side total props. This game will get a lot of attention. So excited to have it back. I like the over. I like the over 9.5, and I don't bet a ton of overs in baseball, but man, Nola has really struggled with the home run ball, giving up almost 2 home runs per 9 innings. The wind and the weather in Philly looks very conducive to offense. Hot, going to be 95 degrees first pitch, wind blowing out. And again, I don't play a lot of overs. I don't play a lot of player prop overs. But if there's ever a time to back someone, Soto to me, Juan Soto is a good matchup here because Nola struggled against lefties. Soto in that ballpark, just with this matchup, some of the pitches that Nola throws, I think is a really good matchup for Soto to go over the hits, runs, RBIs. I know the market seems to agree that 1.5, which is usually like an even money proposition, minus 110 each way. We're up to like minus 150 in some spots. I looked at to hit a home run. The books, again, are onto us, though. The market's onto us where it's plus 195 or so to homer, which to me is just too low. But I think we'll get some offense. Philly should be able to get their runs in that ballpark. I think Nola, who will give up some runs with his struggles to keep the ball in the ballpark. And the Mets always seem to hit pretty well in that park, over the years. So I think we 6-5, 7-5 maybe type of game. I think we see some offense. I don't mind taking the Mets plus a half run in the first 5 innings just because I do think they'll score some runs here. But I'll go over 9.5, and I think some Soto props might be worth looking at.
Yeah, I looked at Soto too. Hits, runs, RBI, total bases. It does feel like a really good matchup for him against Nola where he has really good numbers. Now, Philadelphia, I've kind of planted my flag on them. I don't know how I don't normally love this team. I normally think they're kind of boring, but just looking at the National League, I'm trying to figure out how you knock off the Dodgers, and it feels like they have the formula. Just because Wheeler's gone back to his old form, which I didn't think was going to happen, you combine Wheeler with Sanchez at the front. Luzardo's a really good number 3. And then the offense is a lot of veteran guys, which that is best built for October. Maybe not as much the regular season, but I think they're a really good October baseball team. Do you think I'm crazy in believing Philadelphia 7-1 to win the National League pennant?
No, I don't think it's crazy. And remember, that was a 2-1 series last year, and I felt bad for the relief pitcher. I forget his name, Orkring or whatever his name was, where he threw the ball away and inexplicably threw it to home, where if Philly can win that game was in extra innings, they would have had a game 5 at home in their own ballpark. And, these short series, can get away from you, and we forget, all right, Dodgers won 3-1. It was easy. It really wasn't that easy. Philly blew game 1. They kind of blew game 4. So, Philly, to me, is dangerous. I'd worry a little bit, Dustin. Sanchez seems to be regressing a little bit. Gave up 3 runs in the All-Star game. Gave up a bunch of runs a week or so before the All-Star game in Kansas City, that Monday afternoon game a couple weeks ago. So I wonder, he was so unhittable for a while, and to go 50 innings without giving up a run, obviously that's unsustainable. But I worry a little bit Sanchez is regressing. I thought for a while they'd be players for Skubal just because Dombrowski is so aggressive. That's a team, they're win now. That's an older core with Schwarber and Harper and Turner. They probably don't have 2-3 years left in this window. And I thought you put Skubal with Sanchez and Wheeler, similar to when they got Roy Oswalt and Holiday and all those great pitchers back 15 or so years ago. But I don't get the sense Skubal's going to get traded. Maybe I'll be wrong. But to your point, I think they are a dangerous team for sure.
All right, Willie, it's been a Red Sox show here for the past couple weeks. I think I even got talked into a Red Sox-related bet here today. You are also high on the Red Sox going forward. How you betting them?
I just think the American League is so wide open. You could still get some like 20-1 American League. I don't think that's a bad bet at all. That's a lot of starting pitching with how good Sonny Gray's been, and a lot of people making the case now Sonny Gray is a sleeper for Cy Young. I would agree with that. But Peyton Tolley, a really good young arm. Bennett's a really good young arm. And remember, they might at some point here get Garrett Crochet back, get Roman Anthony back. That's a lot of starting pitching. It's a pretty good back end of the bullpen with Whitlock and with Chapman. They might be a bat short. They might be 2 bats short. But, guys, this American League, I mean, just look at the odds. The Yankees, the short shot. No, thank you. All sorts of questions. Who knows when Judge is going to be back? Who knows when Stan's going to be back? I don't want any part of the Mariners. I don't trust them. I'm looking for value down the bottom of the board. And to me, the Red Sox, 20-1 is worth a bet. And you know what? Choose your flavor of ice cream that you like the best. The Tigers, 30-1. The Orioles in that 40-1 range. I was high on them beginning of the year. I kind of given up on them. But you've told me one of those 3 teams is like in the ALCS. I would not bat an eye. I think this is such a watered-down, wide-open American League where you take a shot at some 30, 40-1s and maybe you get through and maybe you put yourself in a position where you can at least hedge or monetize the ticket or, just ride it out. But I think that one of these teams can make a run. Remember last year, the Mariners were kind of off the radar. I think they were 6 or 7 games out this time last year. You could have gotten 20-1 to win the American League, 40-1 to win the whole thing. And, they obviously got as close as you can get to getting the World Series without getting there. So taking some swings on some American League teams, I think, is a worthy investment here. I don't trust the top of the board, and I think it's really wide open.
Will Hill's our guest. Should have bet more is the podcast. VSiN host, VSiN handicapper at Not The Will Hill on X. I'm with you, by the way. I have a little Tigers 24-1 to win the AL. I got to see if I can find another 30-1 out there. I'm with you on Baltimore. The irony is part of my handicap for Detroit is them keeping Skubal. Part of my handicap for the Orioles is hoping they trade for Skubal. I know they're not one of the teams thought about, but if anyone had the prospects, the position players to make a deal like that work, Baltimore's got so many redundant players that are so similar either in the majors or in AAA who are blocked. That's a team that I'm looking at. Now, a team that you're looking at in the NFL, I think makes a lot of sense. And in the NFC North, the Lions are a plus 180 favorite. I don't know if Detroit got better. Maybe the other teams got worse with Green Bay losing Halfley and Parsons being out. The Bears with the tough schedule. Minnesota adds Kyler Murray in the offseason. I don't think anyone here in this conversation is going to say they were the biggest Kyler fan in the past, but based on the price point in a salary cap league and the co-sign of Kevin O'Connell, you think they're a look at 510, plus 510 to win the NFC North?
Yeah, and I was not high on them last year, and being a Vikings fan, I have a good feel for this team. I just thought, you know what, the 2 years ago, there was some luck with turnovers and point differential. I thought last year they would regress, but even last year when they did regress, they were over 500 with maybe the worst quarterback play in the entire league, maybe outside of the Jets. If you can get B-, C+ quarterback play, which I don't think is unreasonable. Nobody loves Kyler Murray. He's not Mahomes. There's plenty of reasons not to like him. But with Jefferson, Addison, good skill guys, decent offensive line, a bunch of good defensive players, right? I think they could be a top 5, top 3 defense. Flores, they lucked out there because of everything that happened in his past where they get to keep him, where normally he'd get another shot as a head coach. At 5-1 in a division that's pretty balanced, pretty wide open, you can make a case like you said. The Bears come back to the pack with the tougher schedule, all the close wins. The Lions, maybe they missed their window. Maybe they missed Ben Johnson more than we all realize. And then the Packers, no Parsons. They had all sorts of issues closing games. So at 5-1, a team that was 14-3 a couple years ago, they were 14-2 playing for the 1 seed. I wouldn't be surprised if they flirt with 11, 12 wins if everything breaks right. So to me, that 5-1 in the division looks a little long.
Yeah, I actually agree with you. I think that's worth the look. The one team in the VSiN NFL betting guide where I regretted not having them in the playoffs was Minnesota. I think this is a playoff team. He's Will Hill. You can check out his podcast, more insight like that. Should have bet more at Not The Will Hill on X and all over VSiN here all the time. Thanks for the time as always, my friend. Good luck with all the bets.
All right, see you guys. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, I'm with him. I might be a little. It's a principal play at plus 510.
The other one he passed along is the Falcons. This is how I view the NFC in the offseason. I'm totally with him. If I had to make a bet in either one of those divisions, it would be Falcons and Minnesota. I don't know that I'm going to end up with that heading into the season, but that's the bet I would make. Both those.
The Falcons at plus 425. Even if you're not just a fan of Tua, you're not a fan of Penix.
The weapons, right?
But the defense is tremendous. The skill is awesome. Also, the upgrade at coaching cannot be you cannot count that into your handicap more. No. Stefanski from Raheem Morris is as big of an upgrade as you're going to get in the NFL.
Morikawa. Let's go, baby.
Kelly is fist pumping. Find out why next.
A numbers game on VSiN, the Sports Betting Network.
Dustin Sweetelson in for Gil Alexander today, tomorrow on a numbers game. He is Kelly Bidlin. We are hanging out here at the Circus Sportsbook in downtown Las Vegas. We get tweets. At Dustin Sweetelson, at Kelly Bidlin, at VSiN Live. And you knew it was just any moment now. We were going to hear from Chance Copperpot.
What's Chance got? Maple syrup comments?
Colin
Morikawa for birdie, sharing the lead at the Open Championship.
Let's go.
Let's cash a 50-1 on the first day, Dustin. Let's just do that.
Well, you're due. You know why?
Just free roll the damn tournament.
Because I bet Morikawa every week, and I didn't bet him this week. That's how I know he's going to win.
I'm going to use the Dustin brain here. I see 4 under through 10. It's a lot of holes for him to screw this up.
That's what I'm saying, dude. That's what I'm saying. All right. A lot of tweets about the references to tag teams in wrestling. First, Tony Tags writes in, Scott Hall, Kevin Nash, NWO, Wolfpack, best tag team ever. Do you know what their handshake was?
No.
You do this because it looks like a wolf. You do this, then we come together and we go, woo!
Dave Ross would love that one.
Yeah, maybe I just ripped off Ric Flair. Maybe
he knows all the like hand motions for the colleges.
Hey now. My hand motion in college was just one over and over again, and I needed my laptop with me for it. So, all right. Next tweet at Dustin Sweetelson, at Kelly Bidlin, at VSiN Live. Los Vegas 514 writes in, Road Warriors can't forget the entrance music, winning their matches in less than a minute. What's funny is the Road Warriors are actually the Legion of Doom. That's how I think of them, but their technical name was the Road Warriors.
All right.
He also liked my Road Dog, where I said, oh, you didn't know? All right, here's Chance Copperpot. Consider Portland, Oregon as a sleeper candidate for your bachelor party, Dustin. Ultimate bachelor party blend of world-class craft breweries, world-class strip clubs, nightlife. I don't believe that one.
Did you just say Portland, Oregon, world-class strip clubs and nightlife?
World-class cuisine.
I hear they got a Nike outlet.
And outdoor adventures from the beach to the mountains. Yeah, no, going to the Nike store where you can get like the employee discount, that would be the draw.
I'm also only kind of kidding. I went there when I was like 11 years old, and it was like the coolest thing ever.
I'm not sure I trust the hygiene of the gentlemen's clubs in Portland, Oregon.
I'm sure I trust the hygiene of them anywhere.
I feel like it's a city where there's a lot of people who are anti-deodorant. Is that unfair?
No, I think they like to give you that hipster vibe. Yeah, or they stand by their hipsterness.
Or they're like into aluminum-free deodorant, which doesn't kill the smell. I know it's bad for you and it probably gives you cancer, but it kills the smell so other people don't suffer around you.
I didn't know that was a thing. The better question is, Chance, are you going to give Dustin and the boys a tour of the bakery if they come to Portland?
Oh, yeah. I mean, that's
hopefully some free stuff from the bakery.
I mean, yeah, I'm glad you said bakery because when I think of Portland, I think of granola. I don't think of granola as something I want. I don't want that part of my bachelor party.
Of course, Colin Morikawa in his next tee shot, he's going to hook this way left, and it's going to be in some fun stuff. It's on a mountainside. Is that good? On a mountainside?
No, that's probably not optimal. I'm just guessing. Yeah. But it's weird watching an event from England and the sky is crystal, like perfect blue.
It's gorgeous out there.
The greens look great. The sun is shining. This is not the England I know and love, and it's a lot of irony considering what happened with the soccer team yesterday.
Right, exactly. Well, Matt Fitzpatrick, he saves parties 2 over. England now has to turn their attention to one of these gentlemen. Matt Fitzpatrick saved the day because if you're Harry Kane and some of the soccer fellas, you need someone to take the attention away from you.
Oh, absolutely. You would love for an English hero here to kind of take the country by storm, have something else to focus on.
Either win the thing or blow it, I guess, in the final, like on the final day, right? Yeah. Just collapse. So you're not the hated ones anymore?
Yes. But then it becomes just an English theme.
Right.
This is what we do.
This is what we do.
Just like they blew a 13-colony lead. Sorry, I had to go there. All right, ACC Media Day is currently going on in Greensboro, North Carolina. The Miami Hurricanes, your minus 136 favorite to win the ACC. Now remember, they didn't win the ACC a year ago. Found themselves in the playoff, went all the way to the championship game, ultimately losing to Indiana. After them, SMU is 7-1, Louisville 8-1, Clemson 14-1, Virginia 16-1. A big reason why Miami is the favorite, and you're already laying a price on them, is because they've replenished at quarterback. They have a ton of skill with Tony returning alongside Cooper Barcade, who joins Darian Mensah from Duke. And Barcade had a monster year a year ago. I explained yesterday why Mensah became my first college football bet of the year, 16-1 to win the Heisman. Why did Mario Cristobal want Darian Mensah on the team? He said this yesterday.
And when Darren hit the portal, we felt, you know what, this is a guy we would love to pursue. Watching crossover tape with so many opponents that we had faced, we saw his level of talent, level of play, and what really, took us by surprise in a great way was what an incredible young man he is. His levels of leadership, care factor, time invested in his craft, football IQ, just natural human IQ, just an elite person along with the guys beside him.
Darren Mensah has everything. He brings it all to the table. One, you got a guy who started as a freshman at Tulane, started last year at Duke, completed almost 67% of his passes, almost 4,000 yards, 34 touchdowns, 6 interceptions. So third year starting, and he's going to a system in Shannon Dawson that's resulted in Cam Ward going number 1 overall, Carson Beck looking like he did down the stretch to get them to the title game. There are questions about Miami. That's why I don't think you can really bet them at minus 136.
It's just
they'll win. They might win the league,
right?
But let's remember, this is Mario Cristobal, people. This is a guy that every time he has an opportunity to show you that he can blow anything, he will blow a big game and a big lead. I think there's value in the rest of this ACC. Just because Miami is such a heavy favorite, they have questions, Kelly.
Yeah, it's huge. I'm so glad you said that because I'm not trying to come across as the Miami hater. Obviously, I'm a Florida State guy, but we've expanded to 16 damn teams in this conference now. You're going to lay 136 before the season?
No, you can't. There's questions on the offensive line, but everyone has offensive line issues in today's NIL world. They have a true freshman that enrolled in January that they think is going to be really, really good. Their center is injury prone. They have a former 5-star that's over there now. And then they have one returning offensive lineman who can play guard or tackle, so it has versatility. But the O-line was the strength the last 2 years. They won at the line of scrimmage on both sides of the football. And speaking of that, on the other side on defense, they lost a lot. Bain and Mesidor are gone. Yeah. Keontae Scott at cornerback. They're all in the NFL. They returned a couple of D tackles. They brought in a few more. Transfer portal was good. Missouri transfer Damon Wilson, 9.5 sacks a year ago. Ohio State D lineman Jarquez Carter. D lineman from Nebraska, Keona Davis, was a starter with the Huskers. So you're mixing in a lot of new pieces. They have a history of being able to do that. Even with all that said, though, I can't do anything from them minus 136 to win the league. The win total's 10.5. That probably gets home. I mean, they're going to open 4-0. Clemson, before Clemson, they have at Stanford versus Florida A&M, at Wake Forest, and then Central Michigan. They get to host Florida State. They host Pittsburgh, which is always an issue, and they host Virginia Tech, who should be better, but probably not good enough yet. Key to the season at Notre Dame, November 7th. Big controversy there in Miami in the playoff. Notre Dame not in the league, even though they play a lot of ACC teams as part of their agreement. I mean, if they could knock Notre Dame out by beating them, that would really mess things up because Notre Dame can't afford a lot of losses this year because their schedule isn't all that impressive either.
Yeah, but they're like guaranteed a spot in the playoffs now, right? So they got that going for them.
For the most part. Now,
Did we just write that in?
When I looked at the ACC this year, Kelly, there's a team that I had FOMO on a year ago that I liked the win total over and I didn't bet it. And I don't
Louisville.
No, it's not. I can't get there on this team because the juice right now on 7.5 is over minus 170. That's the Virginia Cavaliers. They went 11-3 a year ago. Tony Elliott, 5th year, job on the line. After going 11-3, he's still 22-26 lifetime.
Wow.
5-game stretch. Wow. They had 3 overtime wins, 4 wins by 1 score.
Okay.
Everything would tell you it comes back the other way. But I actually like what they've done. A top 25 transfer class. They kept their O-line together. They did not let other teams come in and poach their offensive linemen. 164 combined starts return on the offensive line. 2 all ACC performers. One of the most experienced lines in the country. They ran it down people's throats last year. While everyone talked about Chandler Morris, the transfer coming in at quarterback from TCU, they were a great run team with Jamari Taylor. They bring in a dual-threat quarterback in Bo Pribula, formerly at Penn State, was at Missouri last year, dislocated his ankle, but was pretty good in the time that he played. Needs to cut down on the turnovers, but he can run the football. And the backup for him is Eli Holstein, who was really good at Pitt before losing his job there last season. Running back will be key. How do they replace Jamari Taylor? Well, Tennessee transfer Peyton Lewis, elite size and speed combo. Middle Tennessee transfer Jaquel Middlebrook, and a kid from UAB, Solomon Beebe. They lost 6 of their top 7 receivers, though, so they're going to be very run-dependent this year. Might be a team you look at the under, as their defense was second best on third down last year. Cam Robinson returns at linebacker. They brought in some transfers from ECU, Michigan, UGA, and Buffalo. Those 3 at safety, by the way, Michigan, UGA, and Buffalo. They don't have Miami on the schedule. They don't have Louisville on the schedule. They don't have Clemson on the schedule. That's why I thought about them. It'll come down to the wire, but you can get plus money. ACC conference wins over 5.5 plus 120.
Okay.
I am considering that angle for them. But again, I'm very concerned about the regression with so many one-score wins.
Yeah, and the other one to keep in mind, though, I'm glad you brought that up, because sometimes this regression is baked into these numbers a little bit, too. So, like, if you really like it over, you actually might be getting a bit of a discount.
Yeah, we'll see if I get there on them. It just feels like a FOMO bet where I'm going to regret now having betted a year too late. Hey, Winner Circle Proxy VSiN, they're giving away 2 incredible prize packages that will put 2 lucky fans into the world's biggest football contest for free. One winner, $1,000 entry into Circa Survivor. Another, $1,000 entry into Circa Million. Both winners will also receive a full Winner Circle Proxy service, a VSiN Studio Tour, and a free month of VSiN Pro. Enter by Sunday, August 2nd for your chance to win. WinnerCircleProxy.com/VSiN to enter day. That's WinnerCircleProxy.com/VSIN.
A numbers game on VSiN, the sports betting network.
I think we should have a VSiN Plus subscription where people can pay for a live cam watching Kelly Bidlin sweating out golf bets. I mean, he reacts to every shot. Guys that he didn't bet on, that he thought about betting on, guys that he did back but didn't back enough on.
Well, I'm in the hunt for first round leader now. Morikawa, and I got Jackson Suber coming out of nowhere in Eagle in 17, so he's got the lead now at 5 under.
I don't know who that is.
Yeah, I know you don't. He's been driving me nuts for like a month now.
There's some people who don't know who I am. I'm Dustin Sweetelson. That's Kelly Bidlin. I'm also known as Schizophrenic Gil, which I kind of like.
That's
that
pretty
nickname.
good.
It's
yeah.
kind of hitting. I'm a little more like shifty. Patrick Maher always says this. He doesn't like people who like move around a lot. He calls them Muppets.
Oh,
like, Muppets,
I do that a lot.
So
too.
I move around a lot.
Yeah, you and I both do it.
And he's like, people are just too twitchy. It reminds me of Muppets. You don't know which way they're coming from.
I think that's funny.
It's a funny line.
That is funny. I think I brought it up the other day, but someone tweeted it a week ago that I adjust the mic too much. I was very as soon as you sat down Monday, I was like, "Thank God, Dustin's here."
No, I do it because I have a couple.
Yeah, you do the arm thing.
I rest my arm. Well, someone tweeted when you were out and I was in your chair.
Yeah.
Someone was like, "Dustin, is it difficult for you to have to use your left arm to go over the mic stand because you can't rest your right arm?"
It is different.
But it's also like it's not a nervous tick. It's just ADHD. I just like to.
Yeah, no.
It's like my fidget spinner. I'm just sitting here moving it around. Somewhere in the back, there's like, Aramis and Alex Blowers who run everything behind the scenes. They're like, dude, you're the reason why we had to buy all new microphone arms for every single microphone here because you won't stop tinkering with it.
The arms or the base? Wasn't it the base? No, everything's new.
Everything's a lot larger when you measure from the base. No, I think it's all new.
All I know is the bases are too light because I can't move the mic at all or else it tips over.
I think that's not balanced less than it's too light. It's just there's too much leaning this way.
Gotcha.
Or maybe that would be to your point.
Right. Yeah, it's too late then. I got to be able to extend this as far as I want.
Speaking of measuring from the base.
Man, this seriously, I'm just going to...
Scotty Scheffler, your leader at the British Open, plus 470. We mentioned it was 7-8 to 1
leader on
yesterday.
the odds board, yes.
Yeah, on the odds board. Collin Morikawa, plus 930, the second shot on the board. Bryson DeChambeau right after that at plus 1325. The guy we did not bet, Bobby Mack, at 16 to 1 after Rory. He was around 14. Hey, John Rahm, a little bit shorter than his initial price for me. Looking at the actual leaderboard, though, your boy Suber's 5 under through 17. Daniel Brown, Sungjae Im, they've been knocked off. But you got plenty of time for Morikawa. He's only through 11, and he's 3 under.
Oh, yeah. No, that was, I was making the joke. There was plenty of time for him to screw it up when he had the lead. Yeah, now he's got plenty of time to go catch Suber and pass him. Hopefully here, Suber heading to the 18th, so maybe he could give one shot.
Here's
back.
what I don't
Nice.
understand. Scotty's 2 under, and he's finished for the day. How is he such a big favorite at plus 470? Like, what did they see that leads them to believe, okay, we should cut his price basically in half?
He's only 3 shots back, right? You're talking about you are top. There's 150 guys out there, 156 playing this week. I'm double checking, and I lost it in my notes. 156 players. He's in the top 10% already of where players are at in this tournament. That's why.
Yeah, I don't know if I agree with that.
Okay.
I just, it's not like he's been in the form lately where we trust him. He will make a run, right? You know the run is coming at some point. That's what he's proven. Even if he doesn't win, he'll find his way because he'll just go off and just knocking stuff down. But at this course, do you think that's likely?
Oh, yeah. I think so. I think it's possible. I think it's possible. I mean, if this weather's going to stay calm, I think this course is relatively scoreable.
Okay, we got you covered, though, VSiN, all day long. Updates with the British Open. We also have some news we have to hit on real quickly. One, Chase Burns and the Cincinnati Reds, 7-year, $105 million extension. That coming down the pike right now from Jeff Passan. I get it, man. You want to get him under control. You want to get a little bit of a deal. What they do now these days is smart. They buy out the early years with the arbitration, so they don't have to deal with that. In the end, you pay more up front, but you save more on the back end of the contract. I wonder if this gets addressed in the new CBA, though, after this.
Yeah.
Because arbitration was part of the old CBA. It was kind of the way this whole sport operated. Owners are willing to spend the money now if it means they can save later. On Chase Burns, I think it's a smart move from a team like Cincinnati that struggles to find pitching. Hunter Green's coming off the injury. But if you line up for the future, the next 5-6 years, it's Hunter Green and Chase Burns. That is a dangerous combination.
Sorry.
Go. I was just saying, Burns is having a great year. He's got 102 innings pitched, 2.54 ERA, 118 innings. If you're looking NL Cy Young, 20-1, I don't hate the Flyer. I just hate the stadium he's pitching in because it's one bad blowout. It balloons all the numbers.
Yeah, I was just going to say that's part of it. That would be an additional reason of, man, I just, at our age now, just like a 7-year contract anywhere feels like, man, at age 23 to commit like that, it's quite a commitment. But, for 1/10 of $1 billion, I guess you'll take that.
Yeah.
I don't even know how I'd be handling. If I signed for that much money, I do not know how I'd be handling the next couple weeks at age 23.
Yeah, but all the NBA players have social clips going around right now. It's not really $20 million.
Yeah.
After taxes, it's only half of that.
It's tough out there.
After this, that, and the other, it's really only like $3 million in the end, as if the rest of the world doesn't get taxed also.
Yeah. Bogey for Morikawa after he found the side of that mountain. Almost saved par with a long par putt, but he's going to go one back. He will drop to 3 under. Jackson Suber, 5 under par on the 18th hole, your leader at the British Open.
We haven't had time to hit this story. Gary Trent Jr., NBA probing of his $64 million contract. Well, I don't understand the shadiness. The NBA is investigating how stupid the Bucks are?
Yeah, it's just a dumb signing.
But is that because they have to meet the salary cap floor?
Maybe they might be in that position,
but
what is that?
They're allowed to do that.
Yeah, why does that? You're still people get overpaid all the time.
Yeah, dude, it's the way the world works. I'm sorry, like if that's how they want to tank by overpaying a bad basketball player, go for it, man.
Also, I don't like we don't want to tank anymore. You want to live in the middle, but were we going to punish teams for living in the middle? Because guess what? Overpaying Gary Trent Jr. is a good way to live in the middle. He's very meh.
Shout out to Jimmy Eat World, by the way. They were in the middle.
Yeah, there you go.
All right, we've got plenty of bets. Maybe you can middle these. I don't think.
Man, I think we got. I think I saw Simple Plan playing this weekend here, Dustin.
I'm just a kid.
You've been dropping all these
life
bands
is
today.
a nightmare.
Yeah.
I'm a white suburban kid. I think I have real problems. All right. Joe Sheehan was on the program earlier today. I like where his head was at with a bunch of these futures bets, Kelly.
Yeah, I tailed one of them. We got you're going to have to read this. I'm covered up.
Yeah, Kevin McGonigal, AL MVP 100-1. He just thought his WAR didn't match where he was priced in the market. Matt Olson to lead the majors in RBI at 75-1. Braves to miss the playoffs at 9-1 because the offense has struggled. But the one that really jumped out to us, the Red Sox are right on the cusp of a wild card spot. He took Chad Tracy, who's taking over for Alex Cora, as the AL manager of the year at 28-1. I think that bet makes a lot of sense.
Yeah, I tailed him on that one. That is, I made a lot of sense. We had Will on as well. I'll just go to Will's bets. Tonight, Mets Phillies over 9.5, and then Juan Soto over 1.5 HRR, and then he liked the Red Sox bet as well, 20-1 to win the American League. I think I like the manager of the year route better though.
Because you just got to make the playoffs.
I only got to make the playoffs. I'm getting a little bit better number, 28-1 versus 20-1. But I get it. I mean, if I'm winning mine, there's a very good chance that Will's going to win his.
If Garrett Crochet returns for the Red Sox and finds his old form, it's very likely it happens. It's just very likely.
2 NFL division bets from Will. Falcons in the South, plus 425. Vikings in the North, plus 510. I said it to you earlier.
I like the Vikings a lot.
I like both of them. The NFC, man, I'm Dave Tooley, dog or pass on like all these divisions. It is nobody at the top.
Dude, I'm not touching favorites. On principle, you just bet deeper. The only favorites I bet, I think, for baseball divisions are not going to win their divisions this year. It just goes to show you how it normally goes.
We'll talk the East tomorrow.
Zach Cohen on the program earlier today. VSiN.com, Hardwood Handicappers is the podcast. NBA Summer League, he likes the Nets money line against the Rockets. He also likes the Bulls. He got plus 3.5. There's 5.5 out there against the Lakers. And then in tennis,
you want to try it?
Dominic Stricker money line and Jesper De Jong money line at minus 123.
I think he did a great job.
I mean, it's either De Jong or De Jong.
Alexander Shevchenko and Sebastian Baez.
Oh, yeah, I wasn't going to say the people he didn't bet on.
Throw it out
It's old trick. Only say what you know, not what you don't know.
Good call.
Had it been the other way around, I said he's fading this person.
I was pretty confident in those pronunciations.
David Schultz was with us earlier in the show. Did he like Troy to win at 8-1? I knew he liked Marshall 9-1. I like Troy at 8-1.
Yeah. Marshall definitely sounded like his favorite there
to win the Sun Belt Conference. We'll do that. It won't be an official play for me yet, Troy, but I think I might be getting there. I'm going to have to think about that one for a little. Stick it in the noodle. And then tonight, Major League Baseball. I am on Aaron Nola over 5.5 strikeouts against the New York Metropolitans, plus 117. Christian Scott over 1.5 walks against the Phillies. Road starts, he walks a lot of guys. 5 of 6, he's gone over that number. Nola, last 6 outings against the Metsies, he is cleared. 5.5 strikeouts. I like chasing that plus price with that tonight. So that'll do it.
Let's go.
I want to remind everyone,
baseball bet.
Early bird special, VSiN.com. You want picks from Kelly. You want picks from me. It's all available right now. VSiN.com/subscribe. Also, you'll get our football special for just $175. As soon as you sign up, the more value you'll get. That is access to everything we do now through the Super Bowl. The NFL betting guide previews every single team, projected win totals, bets from everyone here. Will Hill on the show earlier. I loved his write-up as far as coach of the year. The division picks from everyone. We'll tackle the NFC East tomorrow, as Kelly said. So that'll do it for us here today.
Let's go,
fun, my friend.
Lots of Portland Strip Club conversation on Twitter now. So, good job by us.
Let's go.
Mission accomplished.
Yeah, not a lot of deodorant up there. Let's go, Matt Fitzpatrick. Hopefully he's working hard and wearing his deodorant today. Stay with VSiN. Prop Points is next. Jeff Erickson, Nick Whalen on the other side of VSiN, the Sports Betting Network.